gamers, Rectangular back, this time with another review. Here from Hasbro we have the Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker in the Jedi costume, and this is number 3 in the series, or the wave I should say. I think this is wave 5, I want to say. I will double check that and put that in the description. But anyway, this figure comes in the wave with Darth Vader, Chewbacca, and a sand trooper with the black shoulder pad instead of the orange shoulder pad. So here he is in the package, very nice packaging that we've come to expect. And let's go ahead and flip that over. And there's the back. If you want to read it, I'll zoom in. Luke goes to the second Death Star to confront his father, Darth Vader. Despite giving into his anger, Luke refuses to destroy his father and rejects Emperor Palpatine's attempts to turn Luke to the dark side. And in quotations, "I'll never turn to the dark side." And we've got a nice little artwork there with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker fighting with Emperor Palpatine in the background from Return of the Jedi. And don't remember if the previous waves had the Disney logo on them, but these all do except for the Boba Fett. I was able to get this at Walgreens, so the Boba Fett is not numbered and does not have don't think it has the Disney logo on it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get him out of the package and take a closer look at him. Okay, so getting into the accessories that the figure comes with, we have the alternate chest piece and his green lighted lightsaber, and both very cool. The chest piece comes with 2 pegs to plug into his chest, and when I start showing the figure I'll show how that swap works out. And let's get into the lightsaber. Really like this lightsaber. Color looks really good in person, and I really like the design of the handle. It is a little bit flexible material. It's kind of rubbery. A lot of the other ones are pretty hard plastic. This is a much softer material, and I do like the color choices that they went with. Looks a little heavy-handed on some of the paint there on the side, and at the top it looks like it's kind of missing in one little spot. But hopefully I've got a copper color that I can kind of mix together, like with a brown and gold maybe, to match that. And it does have a little hook at the bottom. Now in comparison with the Bespin costume, Luke, that is his blade. I'll take that off and just compare the handles. So that's what Luke was using in Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi he made his own. So this is supposed to be the lightsaber that he gets from Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first film, and yeah, pretty big difference. Actually, this one's pretty flexible too, so they are more rubbery. It's just that this is a a thinner piece of material than this one is. So both look quite nice, and since they both have hooks, you could actually give them either one if you wanted to. Alright, let's move on to the figure itself. And here we have the figure out of the package, and not too bad. I think the only major complaint I have about him so far is his eyes. I think they just got a little bit heavy-handed with the paint on the blue of his eyes. Just gives him kind of like a shell-shocked look. Me and Pharaoh were talking about it, and it looks like somebody just stole his lunch money or his lunch out of his hand, and he just, you know, looks shocked. So yeah, it's pretty good overall. I remember in the movie he did look quite thin, so this is probably going to be the thinnest incarnation of Luke. And it's not a whole lot to say about the costume. You know, there's no paint shading anywhere. It's all just going to be black plastic. I do wish that the paint in his hair was, it looks like there is just a slight bit of a wash in the hair where there's a couple different colors, but it is very brown, and I haven't watched Return of the Jedi in a while. Don't remember if his hair was quite that brown in the movie. It does seem like it could use some blonde highlights, just, you know, on first appearance. And yeah, so there's nothing really going on. It's just boots, and you can't really even see the cut in the sculpt for the boot itself. So I think that maybe could have been defined just a little bit better. His legs do come together fairly well. There was some complaints about the Bespin Luke, where his crotch was too wide, where he couldn't get the legs closer together. But overall, not bad. I like the belt. It's not stuck to him, so it does allow for you to move it around. Pretty nice loop there, so he can latch on his lightsaber like so. Of course, it's not going to want to do it on camera, but there you go. And I don't know if there's anything other you can attach through here, but you know, use your imagination, I suppose. And does hold the lightsaber pretty well. I think pretty sure in either hand. And let's get into the chest plate here. It does push down pretty tight, and looks very seamless for the most part on this from the side. So I like how they were able to pull that off. And then it comes off pretty easy. Whoa, and then it ends up on the floor. And then you can swap it out. So it does have a notch that's carved out, so you know you can't put it on wrong. And it's got the two tabs, one on the top and one on the bottom there. So pretty seamless, and I'm really glad that they did that. It looked like I know in the original promo shots they were only showing him this way, and they didn't show him with the regular chest piece that he comes with, so a lot of people were concerned that you weren't going to be able to do that. So very cool touch, great attention to detail on Hasbro's part there, so very happy to have that. And pops right back on there. And yeah, so show his face there. It's showing up on camera. So yeah, I just don't really like how big his eyes look. Hopefully I'll be able to touch that up. And it kind of looks like his eyebrows, I don't know, something looks off, like they're too high, or his forehead is just too flat. I don't know, something about the features just don't grab me. I know the X-Wing fighter Luke probably has the best likeness to Mark Hamill of all the Star Wars Black Series figures that I've seen. This one's pretty good, and at the end I'll show him next to the Bespin Luke so you can get a kind of comparison with that. So let's get into the articulation. It is on a ball hinge, so he does look back pretty darn far and look down really well. So nice articulation there. Of course, 360 side to side, and does have a little bit of play in the side, so you can kind of tilt his head just a tiny bit, not a whole lot. And then just the hinge, swivel hinge on the shoulder there, so it can go pretty far up. And no bicep swivel, which is really unfortunate for people who use lightsabers, not to have that piece of articulation. And then just the single jointed hinge swivel again at the elbow, and he does have a wrist hinge at the hand, and this one goes in and out. Let's see if this one, yeah, this one goes up and down, which is much better for a lightsaber wielding person to be able to get that articulation, especially since it doesn't have the bicep swivel like we mentioned before. And the ab joint, so far, there we go, it does crunch forward decent amount and crunches back. Let me try to get his arms down so you can get a better look at that. So back, not so much. Down, okay, not great. I would say decent, not great. Still better than a lot of female Marvel Legends that we get. And then at the hips, not too far of a wide stance there. Does go up at least 90 degrees there, so that's nice. And he does have the upper leg swivel or rotation, double jointed knees, and the lovely foot articulation. Doesn't go up a whole lot, does point all the way forward. Get that high kick there. And so kind of wish that they would give us a little bit more on the front, but that's pretty damn good compared to a lot of figures. And of course a nice ankle rocker there. So really loving having this on hopefully all figures from Hasbro in the 6-inch scale from now on. It's very, very important for A.C.B.A. And let's go ahead and get him next to the Bespin Luke and do a little size comparison. If I can get him to stand. Okay, here we've got him next to the Bespin Luke, which so far seems to be the shortest of all of the male figures from the Black Series. So kind of wish that his proportions were a little bit more like this guy, but with the same height as the Jedi Luke. I think just maybe his shoulders are just a little bit narrow at the top here. Just gives him a very cylindrical build where you know, he's got more of a V shape here to his torso. So that's that, and the eyes about the only thing I can really complain about. I would have liked a little bit more articulation in the abdomen as well, and bicep swivel. So good. You know, if I was gonna grade him on a 10-point scale, I would probably give him a 7, a strong 7. So very good, definitely worth picking up, and should be able to find. Now they are showing up at Walgreens. Looks like Walgreens are getting 3 figures per store, and it's been completely random. One store had Luke and Boba Fett, and I think a Sand Trooper. Another store had Darth Vader, Sand Trooper, and Boba Fett. So just, it's going to be completely random. Seems like everybody I've talked to, only Walgreens is getting 3. Don't know when they're going to be starting showing up at Kmart, Walmart, and Target, or Toys R Us. So if you have pre-order, looks like sometime in September they're going to be shipping. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, definitely pick them up if you can get your hands on them. And finally, we have Luke in between Darth Vader and a Stormtrooper for a final size comparison. So yeah, he does get dwarfed by Darth Vader, and you can definitely see where Princess Leia was saying, aren't you a bit small, bit short for a Stormtrooper? So yeah, I think they did a really good job in at least the height of the figure. Like I said, he is a little bit on the skinny side, but overall, very happy, glad to get him, and yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to track one down. Alright, so hopefully you guys liked the video. You hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, and I always love hearing back from you guys, so please leave a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.